Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blissful Bonus Mom. Oh my gosh, we're in season 2. I don't know how we made it here. It's by the grace of God. We're in season 2. Yeah, I know you recognize the voice. Now you're seeing a face, but now you see another face with me. Season 2 is being made possible because, God just do what he's going to always do and work things out in our favor when we don't even realize it. And this wonderful, wonderful woman that you see here is now going to be a co-host on Blissful Bonus Mom. Round of applause. Her name is TheAngelaSheree. She's a gift from God, and I'm just going to go ahead and let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Thank you, Nicaise. I'm super excited to be co-hosting the Blissful Bonus Mom podcast. Listen, God does have an amazing way of doing things. Some of you may know your girl, AngelaSheree, host of the Ever-Evolving Podcast, as well as a whole lot of other stuff. Go to the Instagram, okay? I've done a lot of things. But one thing I love is being a point of reference for people, having in-depth conversations, if you will, that need to be had because life be out here lifing, okay? And sometimes you need to have needed conversations. So I am so glad that I came across your podcast. And as I'm entering a different season of life, I was like, who is this girl? I want to know who she is. And I want to know how I can be a part. And so I appreciate you for being open and willing. And here we are.
Yes. So from season 1, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. Most of you know that I have my stepson and I entered a new marriage. This was in 2020. We're in 2023 now. And wow, it's been a while. It's been a while. And my family has grown. We've added another boy to the family. So my husband and I have a child together. So it's a family of 4 now. And man, navigating being a bonus mom to the oldest, being a new mom to this precious little baby, being a wife, it's just like, oh my God, we're actually a blended family now. And, navigating that is a story in itself. And I'm relying on God so much during this season. And I know if I'm going through all of this, especially as a new parent, I know there's lots of mothers out there as well. And Angela, you just mentioned that you're about to, enter a new season yourself, which is one of the reasons how you found this podcast. So do you want to talk more about that?
Absolutely. So I will be getting married soon this summer, and
So
I'm super
excited.
excited. Oh my gosh, yes. Hey, baby, if you're watching, yeah, I am super excited about that. But with that, I am gaining a bonus baby. So I am a mom of a teen. Pray my strength. But I also will be the mom, a bonus mom of another daughter. So I'm gaining another daughter. So girl mom, boy mom.
Yes.
And so as I'm embarking on this new season, I've never really been with a guy who had kids that was like involved in his life. Like he's an amazing dad. I'm so grateful to God for that. But I'm like, listen, I think I need some resources of some kind, because how do you navigate through this space without having ever been through it? And so just looking for, again, reference and looking for resources, I came across your podcast and I was like, who is this girl? And let me be clear. I was looking for a point of reference that was relatable. So I wanted someone who understood that journey and who also had the biblical perspective and the spiritual perspective as well. And so that was super important to me. And I ran across your podcast and your voice was so soothing. She was talking about Jesus and whatnot, and Jesus had a stepdaddy. And I was like, okay, I like this her. But then I was like, wait a minute. Where'd she go? What was the episode? What more? And so I reached out, and that's how I found you, just looking for that safe space to land to say, I have all these questions and emotions and feelings and uncertainties. And how can I find someone who gets that? And I found it in the Blissful Bonus Mom podcast.
And I'm so excited. And I don't know. I just feel like if that's not God orchestrating his way into our lives, I don't know what else could it be? Because I really wasn't checking for season 2, y'all. I promise. At the end of the season, I said, I'll be back in season 2 at the end of the fall. Fall came, fall went. And 2 years later, we still didn't have a season 2 because, like she mentioned before, life be lifing. And it was just so much. Y'all, one of the things that happened in the fall, my husband broke his entire leg, okay? And that was a situation on its own. And honestly, everything just took a step back. And I can't wait to honestly talk about different things, because as I talk about the things that I went through, I had to pick up so many more responsibilities, like when I was helping my husband nurse back. And I'm just like, okay, as a bonus mom, I have to step up because there's certain things that my husband couldn't do for our son anymore. So it's just like, oh, I have to really step up my role. It's just not, you can't really think of that child as somebody that's just staying over a couple of days or whatever. No, you have to literally be a parent to that child, regardless of how other people may view your family. You know what? I'm getting into things that I know we're just gonna dive in later on in the season.
Listen, it
And I'm
happens.
super excited about it because there's just so many things I've been noticing in like the blended family realm that I feel like people are not talking about. And like she mentioned before, trying to pull that biblical view from it. And it's just like, Lord, how do I navigate this situation? How do I stay
Absolutely.
sane in this situation?
Absolutely, absolutely. I tell people all the time, like, in order to be a mother, in order to be an amazing wife, in order to just navigate through life, I need God.
Yep.
I cannot do this. And I think you had an episode in season 1 about that. Like, I cannot do this without God. There is a certain grace that you have to be a bonus mom and to navigate through the nuances and what that looks like of not too much, but not too little. It's a grace that you have to have for that, and
Absolutely.
only God can give that to you.
Absolutely.
So you can't have the blissful part without being blessed to do so.
It doesn't make
it's not an
sense.
option. It doesn't. Glad don't be mad. Okay.
So we're super excited. We're not going to keep this on first episode. It's just really just introducing that we're actually back, and it's happening. And I'm praying the Lord just blesses whoever ears this fall upon. If you come across this podcast, know that it was meant for you. Know that you are not alone. You could be becoming a stepmother. You probably been a stepmother for 20 years and still looking for advice. Or, you could just be a regular mom that don't have any bonus kids and may know people who may need this podcast. You're supposed to listen to it. You didn't come here by chance. I promise you. You did not come here by chance. And I really hope you stick around and listen to the things that, we can share and the wisdom that, God will input in us to share to you. Yeah. So do you have any lasting ending words before we get into, this season coming up?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you said. I know the podcast is Blissful Bonus Mom, but I think any mom can be
Yeah.
blessed by this stepmom, a spiritual mom, an adoptive mom. I don't want anyone to feel like it's inclusive. Because I think as mothers, there's just a thread that we have, and we get it and we understand. And so, whatever stage of life you're in, I want you to know that you can be blessed as
Absolutely.
well by the things that we will share. Because I've learned that a lot of things that happen, like say it's motherhood, you can apply it to a lot of different areas in your life.
Absolutely.
And so I want you to know, no matter what space of life you're in, season of life you're in, even if you're expecting God to bless you, to become a mother and
Mm-hmm.
physically, I just believe that there will be something this season that will be said, to help you. So stay tuned, keep it
Stay
locked,
tuned.
all that good stuff.
All right. So we will see you in the next episode. We will be talking about how you find joy in being a bonus mom and what the name even means. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. One of the things I always love to say is that I love you all for supporting, but Jesus loves you most. I always want people to remember that he loves you most above any earthly being. And so we'll see you guys next time. Do you have anything else to say? I love to just end the podcast like that.
That's good
All
enough.
right.
Let's
See
go.
you guys next time.
See you.